Hey there, traders, and welcome to the 6th of March, 2019. Where is this year going? It's Ty here from Unity Trading Group, where it's our job to help you trade smarter, trade safer, and trade with more confidence. So let's dive right into it. We're going to keep this pretty short today. I'm going to be looking at BTC, ETH, Icon, and some pretty big news in terms of the crypto space over the last few days. So coin market cap, 51.8%. BTC dominance, $34.5 billion 24-hour. That volume is starting to creep up again now. 131.7 billion market cap. Let's look at the biggest winners over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin Gold, Engine, that's just on a real run at the moment. Engine, Quant, Theta, Litecoin, Veritasium, ABBC, EOS, Aurora, Ontology, Nexo, Mixin, Litecoin. We typically see when this thing's having a bit of a run. A lot of other coins tend to follow its pace as well. 24-hour loss, not a great deal to report on here. Electroneum, Loom, Repo, PIVX, 6.15%. That's not much over 24 hours. Basic attention token, DAI, Dogecoin, USD, Paxos, and Tether. As you would expect, very minimal movement there as they are the major stable coins. We'll also be releasing a stable coin graphic, a huge deep dive video, and a PDF in the next couple of days. So head over to unitytradinggroup.com to see more of that. You really need and want to familiarize yourself with these, as well as another couple of stable coins, because when BTC plays up like what it is now, it's a great place to hedge your profits or hedge your money while BTC makes a decision on what the hell it's doing. All right, so let's dive into the charts here. BTC USD on the daily. So some very interesting daily candles over the last week has had us changing our trading strategy a couple of times now. At first we were expecting a decent retrace from the supply zone being here at 4,200 to 44, which we did kind of see, but that would potentially kickstart a new downtrend. But what we saw was a really harsh sell-off, which kind of threw what we were seeing out the window to some degree. So over the next few daily candles, we were held up in the range. We were held up in the range where we saw some nice alt action. That's really great to start seeing some alt action like that. It gives you an ability to make money or make sats while BTC is in a state of indecision or having these wild fluctuations in price, kind of like what we're seeing. And we're seeing more and more sort of altcoins break away a little bit from that BTC norm where it would dictate the market. Of course, it still does. It has a very heavy dominance over the market, but it's good to see some alts having their own decisions and making up their own minds as to what they want to do. BNB, for example, which we know runs quite well against the BTC. And obviously, you look at other coins like Theta, huge gains over the last little bit. Engine, massive gains. BAT, massive gains. So it's good to be able to make some additional money outside of BTC when BTC is playing up like this. So, it's been great to trade some really long, wicked candles on BTC, but still closing with small bodies. A wick down, touch on the 61 point on the overall uptrend, which is expected at first. As that consolidation printed its 7th consecutive indecisive candle, we could see a decent move coming up. And although our gut was telling us down, in our opinion, it was still a bit of a coin flip with the previous market movement. So we kind of stayed out and let the market tell us what it wanted to do. In saying that, though, we did miss out on a decent short, but that's all right, because you can't win them all. There's always another chance to take profit and always another chance to make some money. So if you miss this, don't worry about it. Who cares? Again, price being held above the 61.8 overall retrace. We have just been given a bullish engulfing today, which is a bullish sign. However, in our opinion, it's a bullish sign inside an overall downtrend that hasn't finished or was, that hadn't finished or was showing signs of a reversal. So we're seeing a few different outcomes here. We will base our trades as they play out. If this bullish reversal continues with some sort of, good organic volume, which we don't have a lot of right now, that are pushed to the retest that 4,200 supply zone may be on the card. So right now we're kind of sitting here on this we are sitting here on this 38.2 fib line. It's holding the price down. So if there isn't the numbers in the bulls, we may see a failed reversal and a rejection back to the lower fib, potentially down here to this 78.6 area. If the 38 level here breaks up. The next level of resistance will be around the 23.6 mark at about 4K, which is a pretty psychological round number. We do start seeing some action around this 4K level, and then the 4.2 level is that next level of significance from a psychological level as well. We're not even thinking about playing up here at this point just yet. So again, if there is a rejection here, we can seeing us come down to test that level here at 61.8 yet again. So at the moment, we're going to be playing the smaller time frames, looking for signs of a break in trend. But for now, we're happy to stay in BTC and let it walk its way back up to 4,200 and test that high. We won't be counter trading or counter trend trading on leverage against what we believe is still an overall downtrend in play. And there's some people saying, we expect a run up to sort of 4K to 4,200 to dip quite violently. You can make your own decisions on that. But as it stands now, we are still in a downtrend. All right, let's look at ETH. ETH, like just most of the other alts, we had the Constantinople fork a few days ago, obviously with this awesome run up, which we saw in January too. The catalyst for a good run is typically a hard fork. It had a pretty harsh sell-off of that last high, which we saw here around this supply block. However, in our opinion, it has broken a level of demand previously created on the 16th of Feb. Demand was here on the 16th of Feb. So we're not looking at the next level of demand as the next real major support and the previous high, giving us the current daily range between the 0.031 and the 0.039 in this area here. We believe ETH will come up to test the fib levels over the next few days. These ones here being either the 50 or the 61.8, which are these strong potential areas for a rejection. And the 61.8 being the ideal position for a short. We will not take an entry if we don't find a reversal pattern or get a confirmation of the rejection. So we really want to wait for a confirmation around this area to decide on whether we'll continue going long up to this previous supply zone here or this previous high, or we will bounce off this 61.8 or perhaps the 50, for example, and continue downwards back towards where we were. Again, always wait for the confirmation to trade. Don't get caught in these things and try and find it before it happens, because what's a few percent if you're not playing with massive amounts of money? I'd much rather prefer to leave a couple of percentage points or percentages on the table for an overall bit of profit rather than trying to jump in and catch that little bit before you get flogged in the process. So the 38, the 50, and the 61 are all potential rejection zones or reversal zones, as we know in this pocket here. It's in the downtrend, and we'll confirm a lower lower and a lower high kicking off for another mid-turn downtrend. If the 61.8 breaks, we could be heading back up to test that previous high. Try and make a new high to continue to the longer term daily uptrend, which started on the 6th of Feb. So yeah, very important to be checking this area over the next few days and see where we go. This is on the 60-minute this chart. So I might even play it out. We posted this earlier today. Oops, I'm not signed in, so forget that. You can go and see us over at Unity Trading Group on TradingView. I don't know why I'm signed out. Technology. All right, Icon. Let's have a look at Icon. Fundamentally, one of my favorite projects. We were kind of lucky enough to make some good dollars on this in the last little bit. But we did jump out before that last major run, but we were lucky to get some good dollars around this point here on the 25th of Feb. I think we ended up taking close to 15 or 20% on that one over the space of a couple of days. So ICX has been good to us lately. However, we dropped out of our trade at that resistance level. At that level of resistance around here, we still did make some good gains on that though. At 750 a week ago with the intentions of buying back on a decent retrace. So we were waiting for that retrace to buy back in again. We weren't just going to continue on the hype and hope that it continued to run up, because we would have lost money here as it started to retrace. So we exited around the 750 level. We were happy with the profits. We weren't going to get greedy because, again, like I said beforehand, we know that there's always going to be another opportunity to trade, but we could see that this was a very strong rejection zone. We see we've rejected here a number of times. So it was expected that we were going to reject once again. So if it didn't drop far or have any major ejections to the BTC dip the other day and bounce off that 38 already, and is already testing those highs again. So we saw we can come off here. We took it from this swing low up to this last swing high. We found the rejection here around 750, bounced off this 38 fib level around the 708 mark, and then now we're retesting again this previous sort of line of resistance. So we'll be, we may have to run two different strategies here with this. If we can break this last high, we can see a pretty fairly impulsive move to that level of supply up here around the 980 or the 975 zone. But purely because of the lack of market structure to the left, let me just say that again. We may have to run two different strategies here with this. If we can break this last high, we can see a fairly impulsive move to that level of supply purely because of the lack of market structure here. We saw this was a pretty consistent downtrend here. So there's no real market structure to indicate that there could be too much stopping us on the way up. So hence the reason why we might head back up to that supply zone if we find that we break this previous level of resistance. And it could be quite an impulsive move like what we said. So on the other hand, on the smaller time frames, we could be heading for a double top rejection here and heading back down for that retrace we were after initially, and hopefully its descent is enough to come back down to around the 6,300 sat mark for a nice bounce off the 61.8. So, in our ideal situation, to get some a little bit cheaper, we would hope that it maybe come back here where there is a little bit more data to show us that there could be a level here for it to bounce off here and then continue back upwards again. So the CCI looks like it might be G'ing up for another push, but it also needs to sort of cool off from that last swing high. In our opinion. So yeah, this fundamentally is a very good project, and I personally really like Icon. I'm definitely an investor in this project. I'm not too concerned what's happening in the midterm or the short term. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to trade it and make money off it. But yeah, long term, I feel very confident about this particular project. So let's get into some news. Those are the coins for the last few days. Again, you can join us in Discord, or you can have it over to unitytradinggroup.com. Come on over in Discord. We share these charts daily. We have been posting a lot on TradingView as well. Just head up Unity Trading Group on TradingView. Yeah, I don't think you'll regret that. All right, so Starbucks and will support Backed after the disproportionately high equity deal. So Starbucks now has quite a generous equity deal in Backed, and rather than going into this, I'll just explain it to you. So Backed has the systems in place for Starbucks to start taking crypto or Bitcoin payments, and Starbucks won't actually hold the money. It'll automatically be converted into fiat. So imagine the amount of people that are going to start seeing or getting exposure to BTC. Hundreds of millions of people a year that purchase Starbucks, thousands of stores around the world. So, according to an anonymous source familiar with the deal between Backed and its early stage partner, being Starbucks, which will see the latter accept the service in payments for its in-store products. So the source was speaking to cryptocurrency news publications The Block, and the information was subsequently confirmed by the publication's founder, Mike Dudas, on social media. So there's high value from having a brand of this level, the source commented. So at the time, Backed first became public knowledge in August 2018 when the coffee giant caused a stir as a major ally of the project. This is a little bit unexpected to see something like Starbucks partnering with a crypto-based entity, but Starbucks is very much ahead of their time. So Starbucks denied any suggestions that Bitcoin or other cryptos would be used, but now they've come out obviously saying that this is, well, not come out, but there's many rumors around that Starbucks will start supporting BTC payments using the Backed tech. So it's a form of arrangement that now looks set more to become more than likely to become a reality, with Starbucks reportedly receiving a disproportionately high equity level or equity return in return, a reward in return for its continued adoption pledge. So Back's first product will be physically delivered Bitcoin futures contracts, a tool which has begun seeing a turnaround as of the latter part of February. Again, this won't be coming out until the Backed has launched, and we've seen how many times Backed has now pushed this back, pardon the pun, but it was meant to be last year, then early this year. January, again, earlier this year, and now they're saying later towards the year. So this will not become a reality until Backed launches, but fantastic news for the exposure of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole through this equity deal. Something I'm very, very excited about. Backed in general, something I'm very excited about. New York Stock Exchange backed, unbelievable potential in that. All right, I'm not a fan of Tether as a stable coin just for numerous reasons and the people that they're partnering with in Bitfinex. Again, that's just personal preference, but you can look at our stablecoin video and guide, which we're releasing in the next couple of days on unitytradinggroup.com, and we go over many different types of stablecoins and the benefits of both. Don't get me wrong, there's some benefit to Tether, sure. But it's do each to their own. So stablecoin Tether, which is currently sitting at a total market cap of just over $2 billion, has announced that it will be introduced on Tron's blockchain. Justin Sun, very excited about that, I'm sure. According to the official release, the move is aimed at increasing the interoperability with Tron-based protocols, as well as enhancing the ecosystem of Tron-based decentralized applications, the dApps. At the same time, users will be able to exchange and transact with the USD-pegged stablecoin through the Tron network. So far, Tether has predominantly existed on the Bitcoin-based Omni layer, with a portion of its circulating supply also issued as ERC20 tokens, Ethereum-backed tokens, which are obviously built on the back of ETH. So Tron has historically positioned itself as a competitor of Ethereum. Now it claims that Tether's integration will elevate its dApps ecosystem, increase DEX liquidity, and enhance accessibility for partners and institutional investors. So last year, Justin Sun acquired the popular file-sharing venue BitTorrent. The investment paid off following BitTorrent's initial coin offering on Binance Launchpad, which was $7 million in about 15 minutes. Not a bad day. So following the ICO, BitTorrent prices soared, and now the news of Tether's integration into Tron's blockchain has also triggered a slight increase, as TRX has gained around 6% on the day as of the writing. And the last little bit of news, again, Facebook making news in the crypto space. The New York Times is stating that Facebook is reportedly shopping the Facebook coin to crypto exchanges. And we've seen over the last 6 months, Facebook has advertised anywhere up to, I believe, 50 positions for crypto or blockchain developers purchasing companies involved in the crypto space, not necessarily for the tech itself, but for the people that are building the tech, so they can now work on their own Facebook coin, which is alleged to be a form of a stable coin. When you think about the billions, literally billions, almost a third of the world is on Facebook, they'll be using this coin to make transactions or payments or tips between its three messaging platforms, being Instagram, WeChat, and Facebook Messenger, of course. So it does plan to rehaul its messaging infrastructure and integrate those three apps. So it's WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram under one canopy. So as the Times notes, this will provide a future crypto token with exposure to almost 3 billion people who use those services each month. That's almost half of the world's population. It's unbelievable. A crypto-powered payment system that would operate within a messaging system, the Times notes, is an idea being hotly pursued by several global messaging giants such as Korea's Kakao, Line in Japan, and Russian-developed Telegram. Obviously, Telegram had that massive ICO, closing almost, I believe, close to 1.7 billion in two private initial coin offerings. So Facebook has reportedly employed over 50 engineers, as I mentioned a moment ago. The question of centralization and how far Facebook will allow its digital coin transactions to be decentralized remains unknown. But the Times cites industry experts who argued that Facebook is more likely to face the same technological limitations and regulatory hurdles that have gone against other cryptocurrencies as BTC. So, there are unconfirmed reports that Facebook plans to integrate a cryptocurrency for WhatsApp users previously surfaced in December 2018. At the time, anonymous sources similarly suggested the tokens would be a stable coin. So let's see what happens over the next little bit. There's a lot of chatter from Facebook in terms of its crypto adoption and Facebook coin and all this sort of stuff in the crypto space. So it's fantastic to see this sort of stuff coming out. The exposure again, Starbucks, Facebook, backed, huge exposure to new retail investors. If you would like to learn more about us here at UTG, we have a fantastic community of traders. There's no bullshit. There's no Wen Moons and Lambos and all that sort of stuff. Just a really great bunch of people learning about crypto and sharing that knowledge and trading and earning the markets together. There's no toxic negativity or judgments in this group, just a whole great group of people. So you can come over and join us if you like. You can come over here and take a look now. Crypto trading made simple here at Unity Trading Group. Daily TA, daily market updates like this one, live training sessions a couple times a week, judgment-free zone, free guides and resources coming out the wazoo, testimonials here. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. One of our latest episodes, we spoke to Adrian Forza from Crypto Tax Australia about everything you need to know in crypto tax in Oz. Our most trusted tools, free guides here on the website, and our latest blog post on Fibonacci retracements, one of our favorite trading weapons. So that's it. That's a market update for the 6th of March, 2019. Hope you're having an amazing week. Hope you're having an amazing day, and we'll see you next time for the next update. Trade safe. Bye for now.